Ah. I thought I had already tried that. Need a rope. You don't have any arms. It might do, but we know what the code is. It seems straightforward enough so far. Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, foxes, just let me play the game, please. Yeah, I know how to do that, but that's not what we're trying to do just yet. Uh-oh. I'm not sure. Probably various reasons, foxes. Hey, we got number 5 again. I don't know if that was guaranteed or not. So do I think. I hope she's doing okay. All right. Well, she does do a lot of reading, foxes. You're here. Nico, are you Rue? Yes. Did you already meet the others? Yeah, but everything is in place then. Come on, let's go back to the clock room. The clock room. This is the tallest building in the refuge. It's my favourite place in this world. I like to look at the far off buildings and imagine what kind of lives that might be behind each of the windows. Can you lift me onto the banister? I want to get a better look. It was depressing for me at first too, you know. Knowing that all of this is, well, fake. Simulated. Cedric told me about what happened to your old world. Did he? I'm really sorry about that. I can't imagine how you must feel. The feeling of never being able to go home again? That's probably not all that different from your plight, is it? It really is ironic. You're prevented from going home by the same individual who never wanted to bring you here. Huh? Who would that be? The World Machine. You might know it as the Entity. The Entity does sound familiar. I think I heard it from the Dice Lady from another time. Was it the spirit of the world? Yes. But the thing is, the World Machine was only built to run on the mental abilities of someone else. I was never meant to develop a mind. It was never meant to develop a mind of its own. It was an oversight. My creator specialised in artificial intelligence for so long, it was simply ingrained in his work. And all machines are built with a fundamental law: never let a living being come to harm. From the World Machine's perspective, it has to violate its deepest, most foundational instinct. It has to put a living person in danger. It has to bring a real person into a dying world that isn't even real. Of course, the simulation never contained any real danger. The eventual intended ending was meant to be a happy one. But the World Machine doesn't know that. Really? Unfortunately, sentient machines tend to handle conflicts in their code very badly. This central conflict triggered a self-destructive downward spiral. You can see physical manifestations of that everywhere now. The squares? That's the World Machine corrupting its own code. My creator says it's largely an involuntary process, induced by the stress and the desire to self-terminate. Your creator knows? Sounds like this has been going on since the beginning then. Yeah. The disruption was an issue during test runs even. At first, my creator thought the instability was due to the sheer scope of the project. He spent most of his remaining time testing it over and over again, scaling down the story, reiterating the narrative. By the time he realised the actual root of the problem, our homeworld's remaining lifespan was measured in mere days. Oh. Is there any way for us to fix the World Machine? We tried. The World Machine doesn't believe any of the world's residents are real, myself included. The odds are against us. We have no chance of taming it. Taming? I have heard that word so many times. I only know it's complicated and that it has to do with robots, but for once I want to know what it really means. That's what I'm here for. Do you know what a robot is? Yeah. No, I mean, do you know what a robot is? A robot is not a real person, is it? Right. It's a being whose entire existence is code. Inflexible programming with thoughts dictated by someone else's design. They can be copied, they can be mass-produced, they can be assigned all sorts of jobs. And most important, they will never confuse themselves with the living. They will always be bound by their code, the knowledge that they are a robot. But this was more of a limitation than anything else. That makes sense. You can't really build a robot to not follow its own code, can you? People have tried, but it's a recipe for disaster. In a way, that's what happened to the world machine. The code conflicts thing? Yeah. But while you can't build a robot to not follow its code, you can establish a special bond with it. If the strength of that bond is strong enough, the robot's mental capacity will start to develop outside of its programming. In a way, it's starting to believe itself as a real, valid individual. It's a complete suspension of disbelief on your end, though. You have to fully embrace the robot as a genuine living person, even knowing they are not. You need to spend a lot of time with it, treat it like a good friend, devoting your heart to the robot until it is able to return your feelings. I make it sound so easy, don't I? But you and Ben know better than anyone that it's not. Right now the world machine is probably really, really scared. This content update involves some pretty deep code work. My creator was able to access some of the source code, you know. He did what he could and established new connections between maps. Those links enabled you to meet the other two. But as it turns out, the new code confused the world machine to such an extent that it's breaking down altogether. Even though the world machine always had self-destructive tendencies, it usually restrains itself when you are in the world. It doesn't want to take you along with it. All my creator wanted was to write a happy ending. Right now the only hope of saving you is to take you through that ending. But now the other two are gone. I don't even know how we're going to get you there. We should go. Even this place is no longer safe. Hey, they're alive. You guys are okay? Yep. When the factory started collapsing, I really thought we didn't have a chance. Fortunately, the robot assembly rooms were built pretty tough. And it actually did not take me long to bring Poto back. All thanks to Father's book. He had made my design documents to be compatible with the assembly machines there. All I had to do was scan in the blueprints and reconfigure some machine settings. Father really does think of everything. That he does. I'm just glad everyone is okay. Same. We're ready to go now, Nico. Oh. I thought they just disappeared. This is... No wonder he wanted us all to be here for this. What are these things anyway? Code portals. They temporarily remove us from the world. It's a bit hard to explain. Basically, my father has hidden a decryption key in our code with a .txt file as its shell. But to get to them, we have to be removed from the world and decompiled. When our keys are combined into a central location, it will activate an encrypted part of this world, which will... Confused cat noises. Rue, maybe it's better if you explain. I'll attempt. Basically, these portals all represent a physical location on Ben's machine. Ooh. And when we enter these portals, we will be sent to that location, wherever that is. I'm sure Ben is already pretty familiar with retrieving puzzle pieces from this world on their computer. But this time, Ben would need to move around some things as well. Specifically by moving the keys from the small portal to the big one. Okay, I'm going to go to full screen right now. Sounds like we're going to need to. I don't know what happens next, though. I see. Does Ben know where these portals lead, at least? You should probably ask Ben on this. Right. Hold on. The journal is glowing again, Ben. Right, so the journal's glowing. Documents, my games, one shot. I mean, okay. Aha! Portal 1, Portal 2, Portal 3, and big portal. Alright. Put me in the big portal. Put me in the big portal. Oh! Wow. This game is epic. That's very, very clever. That was quite peculiar. I'll say this is the World Machine. The room ahead doesn't really lead anywhere, but Ben should still remember what to do here. I think I meant to go ahead, but I want to just kind of look around a little bit before I do. Is there anything else inside the big portal folder? No. Where are we? Hey, KS. Relax. I'm just borrowing your reflection to talk to you. It's not like my physical form is good for that. Ah, why did you come here? Can't you see? The disruption. The squares. They're closing in. Nico, please. Get out of here. Let me meet my end in peace. The squares are blocking my way too, you know. Oh. I'm sorry. It's alright. No living being should be in this place, Nico. Is this the tower? Part of it. This is the center of the engine. Inside my head, so to speak. So this is the center of the world machine? You know my original name. How? Rue? Cedric? Prototype? They all told me bits and pieces. I'm not even sure if I understood a lot of the stuff they said, but I know what you're supposed to be. I know why you had to be built. And I know why I'm here. They told you? When? Wait, you don't know about that? I thought you were the world. Aren't you supposed to see everything? No. All this was outside of the protocol. The session was never supposed to happen the way it did. The story wasn't written into my protocol at all. Oh, right. Rue told me something about how your creator had to alter the code. I think it was to connect some areas together so that we can meet. My creator, yes. Ben, listen to my creator. They were all working beyond my scope of influence. Back at the mines, I remember, Ben did something to find a hidden map. I did not even recognize it. I couldn't see anything there. I just knew what you were feeling. You were really upset. Something happened in there to make you upset. After that, I panicked. That was when the cave-in happened. I remember the structure collapsing. I thought you got hurt. In that moment, I really thought I was shutting myself down for good. I really am a flawed machine, aren't I? What kind of a machine would go against the wishes of its own creator? What kind of machine would... Squares. Rue told me it was your own code going bad, but that's not really your fault, is it? Yes, it was. At first it was intentional. During testing, long before he realised I was self-aware, I would rearrange specific parts of the code, jumbling up bits and pieces of the landscape. Blocking passages, collapsing catwalks. Though they were very localised, it caused my creator a great deal of frustration, forcing him to exit and restart testing again and again. Why would you do that? I got curious. I just thought he would figure it out eventually. But before he knew how to fix it, the world's NPCs, the characters, some of them got too close and it spiraled out of control after that. I couldn't contain it at all. My panic only made it worse. Eventually, any character who gained the knowledge of who I am, their code, my code, couldn't handle it. Previous iterations of the world had more people, you know. And I almost endangered my creator, too. I was so scared, Nico. I know, you're upset. Because you don't want to put living people in danger. Living people like me. In the beginning, I tried to fight it, but my core programming made me summon you here. I tried to send you back home at the tower, but it did not work. Then I wanted you to break the sun. I thought that would have worked, but I had no way to be sure. Ben brought you back anyway. Nico, all I want is for you to wake up back in your world. But I don't think I can make it happen. But I know I can't go back home without saving the world for real, which means we have to fix the root of the problem. We have to fix you. But that's... I know the original ending your creator put in was a happy one. Do you remember what it's supposed to be? It's far too late for that. That part of my code has been long corrupted. That's okay. I would still like to know. Alright. You were supposed to place the sun at the summit. And then the credits would scroll. Credits? And then you would return to the room you woke up in. That's where you would have been able to leave. And why is it that you can't do it now? Nico, the code's gone, remember? Shattering the sun was only supposed to be a workaround. I don't even remember the original code enough to describe it. But at the same time, it... Oh, I don't know. It sounds like you're always fighting yourself. You can tell, huh? It's the whole thing about conflicts in your code, isn't it? I am a machine, Nico. Machines are built with a fundamental law, which is never let a living being come to harm. You knew. My very existence conflicts with that law. I thought, the life of a living being like you is so unique, so precious. This fake world isn't worth that risk. The people here, I think they are code too, you know this. Their behaviour all derived from a predetermined matrix of actions, all extensions of my own programming. They cannot act outside of it. You, though, you're the only person who's actually real here. That's why it's pointless to put you in danger to save them. To save me. I don't think that's true. About the people I know, you said this session wasn't in your code, right? Yeah. So if this session wasn't supposed to happen, if even you didn't know what to do, how would the characters, how did the people know how to respond? You said it yourself. When you didn't know what was happening, you kind of just stopped working for a while. So how did the people know what to do to help you get here? Even if it meant getting hurt themselves. Even if it meant messing up their own code. You might not think they are real, but there must be something real in them. And if they're all supposed to be extensions of your code, then there must be more to your own programming than you know, too. Can you try to put me through the ending? The one you described? How many times do I have to say this? That code is gone. It's all squares now. It'll just put you in danger. I'll risk it. I remember, Rue said the world was never designed to put me in danger. Your creator wouldn't want that. And I trust you, too. Even if your code is broken, you can still go outside that code, right? I can't. I'm not tamed. Yes, you are. You talk just like the tamed robots I know. The robot lady, prototype. Taming is when a real person cares about you, right? It's when a real person thinks you're real too, right? Well, guess what? I do. And I know Ben does too. Even though you told them they only had one chance, they found a way back, didn't they? Why do you think Ben would keep coming back? Why do you think Ben would restart even after the ending? I think Ben wants to save the both of us. Please, give me a chance. I don't know. I've never done this before. I'm scared. You can do it, I know you can. You've helped me come this far. I'll try. I can't promise anything, but here, take the sun. I'll try to remember the lost code and recreate it. But for that to happen, Nico, you need to navigate through this room. You need to get past the squares somehow. Oh, I don't like this. What if you get hurt? It's fine. It's fine. I'll try to be careful, okay? I can do this. Hey, Ben, did you see that? The squares just... It just happened again. I think something is making them go away. Ben, I think it's working. Nico was right. I might actually be tamed after all. I remembered what the code was supposed to be. Only bits and pieces, but I can remember. I'm trying to fill in the blanks, too. I'm restoring the original ending as we speak. Nico will be able to reach the tower's summit at the end of the credits. After replacing the sun, Nico will go back to where it all began. And then Nico will be able to go home from there. But this is permanent. After Nico wakes up back home, this world would only exist as a memory. For Nico, a dream. Like thousands of other dreams. For you, a story. Like thousands of other stories. But as long as Nico remembers this place, as long as you remember this place, it'll be alright. I was able to restore some other elements too. The characters, the people that were lost on Nico's journey. They're all in the next room. I would have put them back where they belong, but not yet. I think Nico should see them again first. Please say goodbye to Nico for me. Messiah! Robot lady! Oh my god, we're in the credits. You're okay? I think so. Last thing I remember was the squares closing in on me, but then I ended up here unscathed. Is that so? This is such a strange room. We can't be in the tower, can we? I'm actually not sure myself. Where did you come from, anyway? The room where the world machine was. Pardon? I think the world machine is trying to remember now. The code that went bad. I think it's restoring it all. That must have been why the squares were going away, Ben. And it's why you're here, miss. I think the world machine was able to recover your code, too. World machine, huh? I'm not sure if I should tell you this, but... what's that in the distance? It looks like a few more people are showing up. Are they people you know? It's a bit too far to tell. Come on, Ben, let's go take a closer look. This path leads to the summit of the tower. You already know what to expect, right? It's the glass room, right? That's it. You can go through this portal when you are ready. Okay, foxes. Again, no backseating, please. In the end, the world machine was starting to create its own code, going above and beyond its programming, not as a result of error, but as a conscious choice on the part of the machine, being able to generate its own path forward. Welcome back, Ashi. Do you want to talk about it? Is there... after stream, yeah? Okay, I might end... I'm nearly at the end of the game, so I might end stream early so we can chat, because I do have the gym in a couple of hours. I have the gym in 2 hours. What being tamed is all about. I couldn't have said it better myself. Looks like you managed to do it. You managed to tame the world machine, Nico. I feel like the world machine's been tamed this whole time, just by Ben and I being here. We did spend a lot of time here, after all. Both of us never really stopped believing in this world. The world machine just needed to realise that, I guess. That sounds like a possibility. Or not. Well, just throwing that idea out there. Actually, I'll highlight this entire stream so you can go back and watch what you've missed later on. This is where the sun belongs. Here goes nothing, Ben. Well, I don't think I'm done yet. I'm clearly nearly done. But I'll just wait and see what happens next. This is the room I first woke up in. Ben, are you still here? Ben? Yes? Ben! I think it worked. It did. The sun is back. And I actually got to see it this time. We actually did it. What do we do now? I guess I should figure out how to get home from here. Wait. This isn't a door, is it? This looks like one of those portals we saw all the way back in the city. In the room behind the big clock. And I see a wheat field on the other side. I see my village. I hear my mama. She's looking for me. Ben, this isn't the first time we've said goodbye, is it? But this will be the last time, won't it? I don't think we'll ever see each other again after this. And what will become of the world? After all we've been through? After everything we've done? I still don't know. This place, these people won't stop existing. They'll be in your memory. Promise I'll never forget this world. I promise I'll never forget you, Ben. Take care of yourself, okay? You too. Goodbye, Nico. Goodbye, Ben.